Video games. The 1970s brought arcade games, gaming consoles, and home computer games that helped shape what we see as a major form of entertainment. The video game industry today in the United States has garnered over $106 billion in revenue and is looking to grow 8.6 more in the next 5 years. It only seems to be growing, especially since the COVID-19 pandemic. Known today as one of the top forms of entertainment at number 2, right under pay TV, gaming went from niche to mainstream that brought developers, artists, marketers, and now even content creators and streamers to the space. Online gaming gives you the freedom to explore beyond reality and be creative. There's a sense of belonging while being involved in something so fun and stress-free. However, others have expressed otherwise.
Children all over the country are glued to different screens playing video games. At least it keeps them quiet, right?
Really seeing that not only is screen time bad, but video games are really heightened, and that's where students want to dive in for several hours.
Gamers put on weight because of immobility. They hardly leave their rooms and gets lost to the outside world.
Young kids might isolate themselves at the expense of almost everything else life has to offer.
They're playing for days on end to the exclusion of everything else, even school, friends, and family. Try to stop them and you're guaranteed a meltdown.
It's easy for gaming to become an obsession that turns into an addiction.
From the outside perspective, seeing someone on the computer for hours on end is concerning, especially to parents of young children. Dr. Khurram Sadiq expresses the valid point of how gaming can become too much that leads to addiction, and that is where it gets dangerous. Gaming in itself can lead to obsession, but when there are other real, genuine people involved whose personalities lift you up, it unlocks a whole new realm within the gaming space that goes far beyond playing games for entertainment. Everyone builds relationships with others, whether it be family, friendship, partner, or even an acquaintance. But what does it mean to have a meaningful relationship?
Meaning is created through specificity and structure and around a specific purpose. One of the forms of meaning making is to actually think about what are the conversations or how do you want to engage with one another through either a shared activity or a sharing activity over this course of time. The biggest way to actually create a meaningful gathering for your community is to first ask, what is the need? The key of all of these gatherings as we're coming together to make them meaningful is to actually pause and to not assume we know what the need is or we know what the purpose is. I'm not saying gather more, I'm saying gather better.
Meaningful relationships are ones that bring the best out of one another. There is mutual respect and trust that makes everyone feel valued. Most of these involve similar interests, and they ultimately help lower any sense of loneliness, depression, or anxiety. Ever since the pandemic, our society has learned just how important making these connections are. Through Sanjali's way of thinking, we took our first space, our home, and our second space, our work, to our third space, a way where we socialize outside of those first two spaces. Those thoughts make life more meaningful within yourself and others around you.
As the COVID-19 pandemic hit us, during this time, the first space and the second space, they merged. Our living rooms became our offices, schools, and even virtual meeting places. Socializing involved virtual Zoom birthdays or game nights. It is during this time that the existence of that third space is under threat. The need to preserve this becomes even more important.
Since 2020, people have become more aware of the opportunities and the access to communities outside local bubbles. There is so much more out there that not many people realize.
Remember, we can be socially distant, yet together.
When we look at building meaningful relationships together, combined with entertainment and online gaming, that brings us to game live streaming. The continuous rise of gaming comes with the rise of content creators who delve into live streaming and play games, thus coining the term game live streaming. Game live streaming is an emerging form of networked broadcasting. Inspired by traditional media, it merges net culture and computer-mediated communication. It perfectly integrates television and internet broadcasting with our modern world of technology, social media, and communication. Some of the most popular streaming platforms today include Twitch and YouTube. Twitch was founded by Justin Kan and Emmett Shear under the original name of Justin.tv in 2007. It grew into massive popularity between gamers and anyone else who wanted to broadcast themselves live before being acquired by Amazon in 2014. T.L. Taylor, author of Watch Me Play, Twitch and the Rise of Game Live Streaming, explores this phenomenon of entertainment primarily focusing on the platform Twitch. She explains game live streaming as the broadcasting of a game accompanying commentary and conversation with players and viewers in real time over the internet. The medium opened up doors to build audiences and allowed gamers to transform their private play into public entertainment. How streaming is set up is usually through either a webcam or utilizing a green screen so their face appeared overlaid onto the game they were playing. There are also streamers today, known as VTubers, who show a live version of themselves through a digital avatar. Alongside the game and real-life camera or avatar, there is a live chat space filled with audience members engaging with the streamer and each other.
He literally just wrote smiley in chat and everybody just zoomed. Everyone's smiling together. That's my favorite thing to do. It's like a comfortable way of being in front of hundreds of people and just like hanging out and talking to them all at once. Look at the smileys. Doesn't it just feel good? You caused this. How does that feel, huh?
It feels great.
This new form of broadcasting has evolved and also created a new form of celebrity culture. Streamers are often skilled players in select games who are passionate about gaming as a whole and have a desire to share their experiences with others.
I'm aware that you personally have had some experience within that space, and can you tell me more about how you got started in the streaming world?
Yes, so I started streaming in the peak of the pandemic, 2020. My best friend actually started streaming first, and that's something that I really admired her for doing. Sharing that experience of joy and fun with other people beyond those numbers was really exciting for me. I remember going to Best Buy and getting my first webcam and microphone set just to get that started, and that's something that's super exciting as a beginner streamer. I really did enjoy it for a really long time, and I did it consistently too.
Other game streamers have also become more well known through being a variety streamer due to the range of game titles they play. Today, many of them have become stars in the gaming space, resulting in being invited to award shows, scoring acting gigs, or other opportunities that involve mainstream Hollywood media. Game live streaming is still only growing from here through more individuals joining the space and forming communities. With the few select games combined with the stay-at-home environment the COVID-19 pandemic put us, streaming today has changed forever to become a more inclusive, connected space. The popular social deduction game Among Us is known to be the game that turned around what streaming is today.
I don't even know if this like collaborative meta that we're in on Twitch like would exist without Among Us, because Among Us literally changed the way streamers stream, and it brought together all kinds of different communities, Fortnite, Call of Duty, IRL streamers. I don't even know. Everybody was playing Among Us, right? And it brought us all together in one game. And that is an incredible thing. Yeah.
Aside from the established brand and reputation Twitch has built, YouTube has also started stepping into the gaming and live streaming industry. A handful of well-known streamers who grew on Twitch, Valkyrae, Sykkuno, Lily Pichu, and more, have moved contracts to YouTube, helping the platform grow their own live streaming broadcasting individuals. Even though the two platforms are now direct competitors of each other, this still only improves and grows the game live streaming space as a whole. More viewers become exposed to live streams, thus achieving wider audiences. Streaming is no longer entirely individuals broadcasting games on their own, but also playing and sharing experiences together with other streamers and viewers. It has gotten so big that streamer Cutie Cinderella created and hosted the Streamer Awards to acknowledge and celebrate individuals in the space.
And you just made up an award show.
I did. My whole thought process going into it was, okay, there's a lot of award shows in the space. They do feel a little out of touch. The cool thing about this one is open nominations from the community. So it starts like, you can vote for anybody you want. Which is really nice.
First one was so successful.
It was.
It had, what was it, 380,000 concurrent viewers?
Through open nominations, this new kind of award show helps give the audience more attention and feel heard through their votes. No matter how big or small, the nominated streamers were given the opportunity to meet new people and ultimately feel more connected in the space. The now annual event has helped shed light on different clusters of the streaming world to highlight so many different communities.
Live streaming is a medium unlike any other. It requires you to put your full self out there. And that sincerity is what draws others to watch. In a time that people grow more isolated than ever, streaming is a form of connection. A way to share your interests with others, your talents, or just your joy. Millions of people tune in to their favorite streamer every day, all knowing that someone else out there is doing the same. And in that thought, there is comfort. That you may have found a group of people just like you. A community of your own. Streaming brings us together. And we should celebrate that.
Game live streamers originally started off with streaming their most personally loved games, and an audience would form based on having that similar interest. Most of these games optimized it so that it was entertaining enough to be played on its own. Through the growth of the gaming industry, it eventually evolved to players wanting to play with others and therefore maximizing the attention of these games to be played in multiplayer. In 2018, Innersloth LLC created an online murder mystery multiplayer game called Among Us. It wasn't until 2020, at the peak of the global COVID-19 pandemic, that paved the way for streaming to change forever.
Among Us. Yo, Sabrina says yeah. I said, wanna play Among Us with us? And he said in caps lock, yeah!
Hey, how?
Hey,
hello, Saikuno. Please download the game. Alright.
So what do we do in this game?
So you do task in the top left.
Oh, we're not supposed to talk at all.
What's your right. We're not supposed to talk, but...
Is this game like Mafia?
Yes.
Join us! We need more people.
To like check out places. Hello.
Yo.
Hi!
Hello, friends. Whoa, Peter! Whoa!
Oh, we have Miyoung in here.
Alright, I'm seeing this game and I'm interested.
Slowly, I saw her hop out of bed.
Wait,
GG's everyone, that was a fun time with friends.
Yeah,
let's do this again soon.
True.
Yep.
Alright, thanks for playing.
At launch, the game received little to no attention until it suddenly skyrocketed 2 years after its release.
What was your role in the creation of the game?
I was the programmer. I did all of the programming.
I was the one that pitched the idea, all the animation. I designed the character, a lot of the music and sound too.
One of 2 artists on the team. I helped design the tasks on Skeld. I did a lot of the promotional art that you see.
The game spread through streamer friend circles and ultimately achieved global traction.
How did it feel knowing that your baby was going to see the outside world for the first time?
Launch day is like, it's always exciting. We got like, 15 likes or something. I was like, that's pretty good.
Do you remember the moment when you realized this game is about to go viral?
Our phones are going crazy. Your servers are down. So apparently like a pretty well-known Korean streamer had found our game and was playing. This game suddenly went international.
Eventually, it finally hopped into an English-speaking crowd with the UK streamer Kaif, and then Soda Poppin' talking about, oh, I wanted to play this game. And then he brought in XQC, who had like 40,000, and he got obsessed with the game. And it just spread through streamer friend circles.
Celebrities, K-pop stars, YouTubers, and even US representatives joined in on the craze.
Toast was with me the whole time, but am I being marinated? Is that the term?
We are playing with Corpse, Toast, Saikuno, Jacksepticeye, Fusely, Masayoshi, Porter Jade, and Tina Kitten. Hello!
Hey, Ray.
Hi! Hello!
Hello.
Hello!
Hello. Toast.
Hello!
If there was any time when people were connected with each other, it would be through Among Us. It would be through this one game.
Who knows?
My arrows in the air some.
Offering my protection services! It's because I'm a kind, giving person. Don't worry, go do your task, Ray. Okay. I'll be here protecting you. Okay.
Everyone, give him a nice little pat on the back. He tried his best. There.
You got this, buddy. Yeah, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just look at the pretty stars. Look at the pretty stars. Ooh, yeah.
Everybody. Yeah. Rock your body. Yeah.
League players were playing with Overwatch players, which was playing with Hearthstone players. It was such a variety across the world.
Hello.
Like
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Jack.
Hi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good.
Hey, guys.
Hello. Hi.
Is that
Hello.
right? Long time no talk, man.
Oh.
That's awesome.
It's safe to say that without Among Us, this multiplayer aspect of streaming would not be where it is today. Another game that promotes community building and intercultural relationships is Minecraft. One of the best-selling video games of all time, the indie sandbox game became a game that expanded players' creativity and enhanced knowledge.
Like, I've learned a lot of English just through playing Minecraft specifically as well. Because I learned about like what gravel was. I still remember that. Gravel, I learned. That word I learned from Minecraft. And just chatting with people, you learn so much English. And that definitely improved my English skills.
The game had a multiplayer option, which brought forth thousands of communities together and brought the creation of entrepreneurs to start their own servers. Popular servers like Hypixel, a place with a great library of different minigames, Pixelmon, a world for Minecraft and Pokemon fans, and MC Parks, a 1x1 scale of all Disney parks, grew to gain thousands of players each day through their own uniqueness of creating different kinds of experiences within the base game. Whatever interest a player has, it's bound to be on a Minecraft server. If not, players can also make their own.
Minecraft was insanely popular for such a long time, and then it kind of dipped off around 2016 or so. Why do you think it's had such a massive spike in popularity just recently?
All the nostalgia kicked in because all these people who, you know, when they were 10 years old were playing it, and now 20 and go to university, and you're getting all the kids that are still into it, but then it's re-hitting all these adults that used to be into it. Kind of makes you realize, oh, this isn't a kid's game, this is just a game.
With the revitalization of Minecraft, thanks to PewDiePie in 2019, the game got back its spark.
Minecraft started slowly coming back around March of 2019. But when he posted the first part of his Minecraft series on June 21st, the interest in the game started surging once again. And so this whole journey becomes relatable both to seasoned gamers who've stuck with the game throughout the years, as well as new people just discovering Minecraft who are learning the game along with Felix.
It also prompted content creators and streamers to create their own realm or server and start an SMP, or single multiplayer world. The concept of this involves each player joining the world and essentially doing their own thing, but with the comfort of having other players in the same world as well. It's gotten very creative where everyone would roleplay or be known as a character in the world.
Dream SMP kind of has like a storyline that it follows. I was like one of the first people to do like my own like kind of solo character story.
Choose everyone, you choose no one. But if you choose no one today, and they're just gonna kill you.
Feels like a reality almost.
Totally.
Things have consequences.
Yeah, man. And that's when you get into all the role play stuff. So we had a big war with L'Manberg. There's this big like MCU level storyline that goes on, and there's people that are tracking the lore.
It brought lots of community and entertainment that the audience enjoyed. The chat would often converse with the streamers on what to do, and it fostered a positive, collective, communal feeling.
One. He's growing. it! Oh my god, Ryan! I love that!
I'm gonna be the potato lord.
You know, that is a fitting title.
Wait, what do you mean? What are you trying
I'm
to
just saying.
What are you trying to say, Leslie? What?
Tycuno, potato lord. It just fits, you know.
Emergency meeting! Run!
Oh, okay.
Oh,
all right,
magic
show
as
us.
well. Whoa, she's flying into the sky!
I'm getting from,
The rise of Among Us and the comeback of the most played game Minecraft are just two types of games that promote community building and closer connections. People all over the world are able to interact with each other online through the internet, and it helps bridge that physical distance between one another. That's also the beauty of streaming. How people get into streaming, as author of Watch Me Play T.L. Taylor describes, some simply start streaming from a desire to share their gameplay with a small group of friends. Many times these streamers wanted to find new ways to build social connections with friends and strangers. The central pleasure was in being connected through broadcasting to others who love gaming. Many professional streamers begin this way, derive joy from it, and find they have a knack for it. One of the key motivations for streamers is to build a community of followers who are interested in their content. Streamers often interact with their viewers, answering questions and engaging in conversation. They may also host giveaways or other events to encourage viewers to participate and become more engaged in the community. Taylor notes that for many streamers, streaming is a form of self-expression and a way to share their personalities with the world. Streamers often develop a unique persona that they present to their viewers, and they may use humor, storytelling, or other techniques to engage their audience and keep them coming back for more. Through all the games streamers play, they become adept at following online conversation and forming true communities and relationships. Moreover, through the live chat, the audience gains the opportunity to connect with each other through an already established shared interest, whether it be watching the streamer themselves or through the game the streamer is playing.
Gave me so much growth and so many friendships and so many of you guys. It brought me so many collab opportunities, so many friendships that I've had, so many great moments.
I think I just really like the feeling of being able to impact someone's day, hopefully positively, and sometimes even just like noticing someone's comment or reacting to it and creating like enjoyable or entertaining moments for everybody that's watching, and that can make their day better. That's really what I love about it. In this day and age, we're all just looking for ways to feel a little bit less lonely, and I think live streaming does that really well. Yeah, no, seriously, that's really how I feel. You know it's true when the entire chat is spamming true.
Streamers also make sure to always thank viewers for watching and express gratitude. They also involve themselves in hosting charity streams or creating contests. All these elements add to these creators fostering online communities.
Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a great stream. I appreciate all of the love and support. I hope you guys have a great night. Bye, everyone.
Well, anyway, that's it for today, guys. Thanks a bunch for coming to the stream. Really appreciate you all. Thanks for making streaming fun for me. Wouldn't be the same without you guys. So, yep. That's it for
one streamer that has not only grown exponentially in the streaming space, but really puts effort into interacting and engaging with his audience through chat is Ludwig Ogren.
This is Ludwig. He's one of the most popular streamers on Twitch. Although Twitch started out as a platform for streaming video games, Ludwig is known as a variety streamer, which means that he broadcasts himself doing activities including, but not limited to, cooking, painting, wearing costumes, shopping, ranking things, telling stories, tasting food, reacting to content, unboxing things. The list goes on for longer than you can imagine.
Not only was it his streams and events that helped build a loyal and positive community, but it was also his storytelling, his vulnerability, and true, genuine engagement with his audience that kept people coming back to watch and interact with him and others both online and offline.
I want you to decorate my guest room. Let's talk about who's staying here again. My mom and my stepfather. They're 60, almost. A 6'1" mannequin, aka a Ludwig-sized mannequin. This is just a kid's room. That is what we're doing here today, is we are making a room for children who love the color red. I gave you guys my credit card for a little over an hour to buy anything you wanted on Amazon.com to decorate this room. All the items are right outside of that door, and you guys now have the task of decorating it however you would like for it to be decorated. Now,
chat is kind of the third party. It's like that you're playing off of chat.
Yeah.
Meaning the people who are watching and in the chat. You kind of reinforce that in a playful way that it's not a parasocial relationship. What is the relationship between you and chat?
I think there's like two avenues and a bunch of gray area in between where streamers go. And one is where you are like a god to chat. And then there's the other one where it's like you are a villain, an antagonist to chat. And they kind of group together to like, you know, take you down a notch in a playful way. And then but I always lean more towards that aspect, you know, not taking yourself too seriously. And then chat's role is like the cop. People appreciate that authenticity, and then I think they get a little more attached sometimes.
Like, man, this guy's like really keeping it real with me. This is great.
Ludwig started off with streaming on Twitch in 2018 before moving to YouTube due to his success, and continues to broadcast not only video game related content but also non-video game related content that includes game shows and contests that engages his viewers even more.
Welcome to Mogul Money Live, everybody, here at the YouTube Theater.
Let's get some noise for Ludwig! My hero, my boy! And who could we be introducing to come give you some introductions? It's none other than Ludwig! Hello, everybody! How's it going?
He has become a prime example of showing how playing games and streaming build community and ultimately help those struggling to feel less lonely. Building relationships through gaming has its benefits, but it also comes with known challenges. Hate speech and harassment from online trolls makes it difficult for streamers to foster positive relationships and for viewers to find the right people. An article exploring the connection between playing video games and watching video game streaming points that increased time spent playing and viewing may ultimately lead to potentially problematic uses. Author T.L. Taylor also mentions how serious challenges to open participation as well as broader structural considerations around ownership and forms of labor remain. Individuals also often run the risk of becoming too invested in virtual relationships where reality is lost and real-life connections are no longer cherished or maintained. This also applies to parasocial relationships, and Ludwig and his friends acknowledge this.
I think that people wanting to feel connected to humans that they like on like a screen or something is very natural. It's just a very natural inclination to feel a connection to someone who is not engaging with you, and you know, that's still meaningful and significant.
Twitch sort of, especially parasocial relationships on Twitch, tend to cater into a niche, and that's where a lot of his viewerships and his jokes, a lot of those jokes are geared around playful banter at this guy who seems so handsome, so successful, in a way where you feel like you're his friend because you're able to play those same jokes that we did for many years. That's what friends do, right? And I think his encouragement of that does make people feel like they have maybe a closer connection with him as a person than they do.
Online friends won't fix your problems in real life. And that means you can't look for online friends to solve your problems for you. And you can't really depend on online communities to drive the ambitions that you have in life.
However, with challenges comes opportunities to improve.
Don't go into it thinking they have the solution to your problems. Go into it with, hey, I just want to have company and I want to have a good time. And from that's where it really fosters the whole unproblematic, adult, and potentially long-lasting friendships.
What we actually see represented in Twitch chat is just a small piece of the swarming mass. And that in a way gives me comfort, because it makes me believe that many people are just simply watching, and maybe they'll throw an emote. And that's, I think, such a better system.
There are thousands of others where a single message can make an impact. Rather than calling them parasocial, the relationships formed in these communities are better described as symbiotic.
If you can separate it as purely enjoying it for entertainment, that's great. I think once you start feeling connected to somebody who's performing online, that's dangerous territory. But what I will say is I think that the communities that spring up around these people are very real and authentic places for people who maybe are lacking certain things in life to create friendships. And people have made friends that they still talk to daily. And I think those relationships are 1000% real and very important too. So I think there's a double-edged sword in terms of the relationship with the streamer, but the relationship with other viewers and how they can interact together to form a community is very real.
And it is very real. People today who have been involved around gaming have actually formed these meaningful relationships over the years.
I met MJ when I was a staff member, so that was 7 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I feel like we bonded quickly and then just became like besties. I've been talking to her pretty frequently since we met. And in 2 weeks, she's coming to visit me.
That's me.
But it's a secret. It's a secret.
I have a really great set of friends that I did meet like on Twitch, which is really fun. So it's a very fun dynamic. It's definitely different from friends you would make directly from a class or from mutuals in person. And I do keep in touch with them still to this day.
My first thing was I noticed that we both had British accents. So I was like, oh, you're from England? Whereabouts are you from? Just played again the next day, and then the next day, and the next day, until we sort of learned more about each other. I found out that he lives quite close to me, so we just decided to meet up one day, and we've been better friends in real life than on games now. We're sort of more in real life friends than gaming friends, which is cool.
But you met him inside the game.
Yes, but I met him in the game, yeah.
Wouldn't have met him otherwise.
No, definitely not. No. COVID hit, so I started playing games again, and I've re-met the people that I met before when I was younger, as well as a bunch of new friends, which is cool.
Awesome.
Matt's from London.
Yes.
And then the next person I met was Eunice, who's from Hong Kong, and she was going to school in Seattle.
Gabby, who I met in maybe 2015, and she is American. I'm Norwegian. There's a time zone difference there. But despite that, we've always been able to call and hang out. I met her because she was coming to Europe. So I met up with her. It was a lot of fun.
I'm pretty sure I was begging Sando to come visit me in Dublin for months before I even went there.
Yeah.
And then finally they agreed to.
Everything in the past was still there. We still had a good dynamic. It was easy and fun to meet up, and we still talk from time to time.
But overall, fun experience with everyone you've met.
Definitely.
She made a Discord, basically, an own Discord server with her and me and some other friends.
Yeah, so I am aware of a Discord server that you have made yourself.
I feel like my Discord is kind of unique because for whatever reason we just made a million channels.
I have my own support channel, and I think it's great. It's really nice that people, even I don't say anything and people would just chime in sometimes and just check in.
And my instant reaction was, this is just such a friendly, wholesome community. It really is good vibes. I just think it's really lovely to have an active community of friends.
Been able to turn into more of a global group chat community. Is that how you would describe it?
Yeah.
Just learning other cultures and seeing how different people act and what their daily lifestyle is really interesting. Learning different foods that they might like, just different activities they do, like skiing. Norway is really big for skiing, and I would love to go skiing sometime.
I've definitely gotten to know a lot of people over the years, and I think you can be more real with your online friends.
I think that's a benefit in itself, just bringing people from all around the world together. It's really awesome.
The rise of gaming, combined with the emergence of online game streaming platforms like Twitch and YouTube, developed newfound possibilities for players to connect and build meaningful intercultural relationships. Through live streaming gameplay and engaging with viewers in real time, streamers have built positive, loyal, and connected communities around similar shared interests. Minecraft and Among Us are examples of popular multiplayer games that allow for many opportunities to build off on. Games like these provide a foundation for developing shared experiences and ultimately foster connections between streamers and players from diverse backgrounds.
Gaming has really allowed me to open up as a person. Like, I would probably not be the person I am today if it wasn't for gaming. It just allowed me to be who I want to be.
As streamers interact with their viewers and engage in cooperative or competitive gameplay, gaming in itself, and how people utilize and engage with it, is compelling evidence of how meeting people online through this shared interest is a powerful tool for understanding different cultures, building respect, and most importantly, eliminating isolation. Barriers are being broken as streamers continue to create a space where people can connect and build friendships that transcend borders and cultural differences. The people we surround ourselves with are those that influence who we each become today. By continuing to go in these online communities with a genuine character and mindset, online game streaming and playing these games opens up doors to make new, meaningful connections. At our core, we are all just human beings with a shared love for play and connection. Embrace the power of gaming because it brings all of us together and builds a more intercultural, united world. One game at a time.